Hello and good morning. It's another Wednesday right here on your favorite breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria.
Of course, and happy Eid ul-Maulud celebration to all our Muslim faithfuls as we celebrate the birth of the Holy Prophet.
Yeah, so whether you are getting ready to go out and be with family, whether you're still in bed, probably sipping on a cup of coffee, maybe about to go out and about, just stay right there. Let us be part of your day.
Absolutely. So before we get into the hustle and bustle again, let us remind you that it's an opportunity to always be here, research, and refocus. So take the break and do what you need to do.
My name is Titilaya Oyinson.
And I am Winfrey Agbilishe. Remember, you can watch us live on
tvcentertainment.tv. That's our website, or at TVC Connect on Facebook. And of course, we're on GOTV channel 16 and UHF channel 14 now.
Of course, and in case you decide to move around, remember we have an app you can download on both the Android and the iOS stores to keep you connected to us on the go. Also, drop your comments. We'd definitely love to read them.
Wednesdays is always about relationships. Coming up on the show today, DG Show Me is going to be here, a certified practitioner in family systems engineering, a love and life experience architect. He's going to be discussing harmony in the chaos, the art of family living and management.
Then we have a sit down with Adama Odefa to discuss medical emergency in Nigeria. Very interesting conversation.
Okay, so you know, when it comes to Wednesdays, we always have an interesting nutrition conversation. When it comes to World Heart Day, the 29th of September, we are going to be discussing nutrition and your heart. And Udo Uma is going to be here, clinical dietitian and content creator. It's going to be an interesting conversation. Jaifa is our performer for today. That should be interesting. All right, send for a sit down on the couch. Is going to be a really interesting one you do not want to miss. We love having great conversations with people like this. When it comes to beauty queens, we have yet another amazing one. Boma Dokumbo is the current Miss Grand Nigeria 2023. She expresses her love for the arts through modeling and music. She's also a volunteer with Project Red Africa. And it's all about feminine health support. And we love to talk about that and the girl child, as well as women all over the world. So there's this book, The Beautiful Ones Are Not Yet Born. I think many of them are. Look how beautiful she is. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Well,
totally stunning. And she'll be representing us at the Miss Grand International. Definitely going to be a very interesting conversation going forward.
It's time for a news update right here on Wake Up Nigeria. My name is Titilaya Oyinson. Thanks for joining us. Naira Marley and Sam Larry have been invited and with letters by the police duly signed by their lawyers. As the world waits, Nigeria Police Force is to give an official update into their investigation into the death of Mohbad. The social media has been awash with many conspiracy theories, and senior correspondent Ivy Kanu reports.
It's been 2 weeks since 27-year-old Nigerian artist breathed his last, putting the Nigerian police on its toes.
I'm be sure that the team will deliver a thoroughly professional, fair. They've been charged to hit the ground running immediately.
His family, loved ones, and Nigerians were not ready for the reactions that followed from his fans, from the diaspora and back here in Nigeria. Nigerians and foreigners came out in their numbers to honor the late artist. The Nigerian police ensured the candlelight held in Lagos did not escalate. 2 actresses have been in the forefront calling for justice for Mohbad. Politicians also joined the fray, visiting the late artist's mother.
The entertainment industry is one that is very dear to us at the presidency, and losing one of us, one of the icons, one of the, major people, great acts, it's really, really painful.
Everybody in your world, please help me if I die. Well,
Two names were prominent in all the bullying videos the late artist and his fans posted online. For this reason, the Nigerian police officially sent letters to them, inviting them for questioning. The letters, we were told, were received and signed by their lawyers. Another is the arrest and detention of the nurse, whom we gathered administered an injection on him at home. With the arrest of the nurse comes more intrigues, as two press statements have been issued. One from the National Association of Nigerian Nurses and Midwife, and the second from Perez Mede Hospital.
I don't want to die.
And with videos out there on his last days, it would only be expected that the late singer had CCTV in his residence. If he did, have the cameras been recalled? What time and face were analyzed? We would also expect that the police are working with network providers to check out not only Mohbad's phone conversation, but also persons of interest in its investigation. The nation and indeed the world is waiting to have the full brief from the police after or before they receive the results of autopsy, which includes the results of toxicology done on him. Ivy Kano, TVC News, Lagos.
Meanwhile, popular artist Naira Marley has promised to honor the police invitation. Naira Marley, who is outside the country, stated this in a statement on his Instagram verified account. He stressed that he had no hand in the death of Illyrio Lua, either directly or indirectly, described what they had as family friction. According to him, he is making arrangements to return to the country to assist the police in its investigation and give his version of the events. Outside Nigeria now, Viktor Sokolov, commander of the Russia Black Sea Fleet in Crimea, has been shown attending a meeting a day after Ukrainian special forces claimed he died in the barrage of missiles. In video and photographs released by the Russian Defense Ministry and shown on state television on Tuesday, Sokolov is seen taking part in a video conference with Defense Minister Sergei Shoigu and other top admirals and army chiefs. Ukraine's special forces said on Monday that Sokolov was killed in the Russian-annexed peninsula, along with 33 other officers, in a missile attack on the headquarters of Russia's Black Sea Fleet in the port of Sevastopol. The statement added 105 others were wounded in the strikes. While the report did not name Sokolov, Anton Gershkachenko, advisor to Ukraine's Minister of Internal Affairs, posted the admiral's name and a photo on social media. The Defense Ministry released a statement saying the meeting had taken place earlier in the day. He appears on screen several times without speaking. Russia has suffered a string of attacks on the strategically important port of Sevastopol in recent months. Sokolov was appointed commander of the Black Sea Fleet in September 2022. And that's all we have time for when it comes to the news for this hour. We have quite a bit more coming your way right here on Wake Up Nigeria. All right, welcome back. You're still on to Wake Up Nigeria, and I think I consider Mike my friend. I do. I've called him Bra Mike quite a few times.
Is that?
But he says I shouldn't call him my brother. So I think I consider you my friend. After what?
That thing you said was no brother.
2017 that we've known each other, I think, yeah, we're friends now, right?
So where is this leading to?
We're talking friendship and what happens in cases where if your friend is not there and they're being maybe called out on something, is it a must for you to defend them in every case? Now, this came up because of a post that Winfrey showed us a little earlier on. And the headline is just this: dear gang, my best friend doesn't speak up for me when I'm not there. So, is it a must to speak up for your friend?
Okay. Are you your best friend's best friend?
Let me give it a little background. So
Okay.
right, so there a group of 3 friends. They called them fondly the 3 Musketeers. Funny, because when I was in uni, I actually had a group of people who actually called us the 3 Musketeers. Anyways, so basically she was complaining about how her friend doesn't necessarily speak up or stand up for them when she needs to. Now, there are 3 friends, but she's like, only both of them literally have their backs. But they're like, they always come through for this other person. But this other person is more interested in pleasing others, and she literally moves at the speed of light to like other people. She's always invited to their birthday parties. They always like invite her out, and they always speak about them in front of her. But when they do all those things, she says things like, "Oh, leave me out of the conversation. I don't want to have that conversation." Do you understand? She doesn't necessarily negatively talk about them, but she doesn't necessarily stand up. So you're like, it was so bad that even during a board meeting, where this one of her friends was literally considered for an executive role, somebody said she was hard to work with. Wow. But then again, and like literally, and like she was always focused on processes. But like this friend was there, present. She never spoke of her. It was actually an ex-boss of hers that literally now said, "Oh, they need someone like this in the company." So like, if the boss didn't say anything, she would have probably lost that position, and then nothing could have gone on. So she was like, after that situation, she cut her off. So now the question was, I mean, in that situation, a lot of people commented and said, "Oh, maybe this friend doesn't like confrontations. Maybe she's just that kind of person she is." Other people were like, "Oh no, she's a bad friend, cut her off." So I just wanted to know, like, what do you guys actually think?
So now I'm thinking, if Mike was being considered for...
Why is Mike?
No, I'm saying Mike is my friend. How are you, my friend? No, I'm saying if I heard that a huge international ESPN role came about, and they're like, there's no way I'm not standing up for Mike, because I consider Mike my friend. You know, if I have the opportunity to do anything for my friend, as long as the person is still my friend, no matter what the person is really like, you know, whether they're actually up for the role or not, I would still push the person because the person is my friend. But that is a choice I've decided to make. It doesn't mean that everybody is like that. You know, so for instance, if you've been called out or something, and me as a friend, I don't tell you, these are your nails that you're always painting black. It's not looking good though. And they've told you 10 times, don't be painting your nails black, and you still paint it black. If in the meeting, the conversation comes up, why is she still painting? I'm not going to say anything because I've already spoken to you about it. And I'm like, oh, okay. I talked to you about this. I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to let everything slide because we've already had that conversation.
I think for me, where my mind will actually go to is, as you said, they've complained about something. Something is outrightly bad. Now, as a friend, are you meant to defend rubbish?
It's very delicate.
That's really my... because we are friends, should I be defending your rubbish because we are friends? Just not.
So the first thing I've said is that, are you your friend's friend? Are you your, as suppose call it best friend? Are you your best friend? This person might be your best friend, and that your best friend has another best friend.
Okay.
So that's one, you calling somebody. But then it's a very delicate thing. I normally tell people that some people who call themselves friend, if they could hear 10 seconds after they dropped the call from the other person they just called, they'll probably not be talking to the person.
Wow.
Sorry, say that again.
If you could hear what someone says about you, 10 seconds, if you could hear the next 10 seconds after a call is dropped, you might not be friends with that person.
So that thing has actually happened to some people before.
Yeah, if you
where
hear
they
that last
thought they cut the call and the call
someone just comes, someone just calls you, hey, do you want to just call me now? Hey, Michael Fowler. I did broke now, they find 5K or something. Help me, my guy. You know, say my guy, I'll leave there. My guy goes, you want to get there? Sorry, no, but this nonsense person now. So every time they beg me.
Wow.
My point is, if you could hear 5-10 seconds after, you might not. I think that for this thing, you can't assume, in the sense that somebody becomes a friend or you become a friend to somebody based on your antecedents, what you've done. How did that person become a friend first? That person you call a friend, what did the person do to earn your friendship? What did you do to earn that person's friendship? Now, like you said, in a gathering, I always say that thing that, okay, I know I say it a lot, where if you did something, so you're called out on social media, right? Let's say, for instance, you're called out on social media. Oh, this person did this. And then as a friend, you just expect me to jump out. This is what I would do. I'll call you first. Guy, you do this thing or not? Calm down. If you did it, we'll come out together and
We'll
say,
not know how you
go
do.
beg.
We'll know how
Now
we
my
defend
friend
you.
though, but oh, this person was wrong, this person messed up, no vex. But I will not just jump out without knowing what happened to say I want to defend you. You understand? Because you were a friend. I will find out from you. If you did it, I will. Okay, so we can come out the jump from. Everybody makes mistakes. Let us. You understand? So, like you said, you cannot defend Robbie. You mentioned it also. It depends on what it is. I will find out. Oh, is this person this, da. And I always say that thing. That's the thing on social media. That, oh, you heard something about somebody, you just jump up.
Yeah.
You're not sure.
I think let's step back into the story now.
Because of the job
now,
opportunity.
Exactly.
Okay,
so
the
now,
job
that's what I'm
opportunity,
saying.
I
Job opportunity.
Yeah.
So that's something negative.
That's
It's
the
understandable, right? So now there's a job opportunity for the advancements of the person's career.
Okay.
Right? Are you meant to speak up? Are you meant to say, oh yeah, what if she's probably known to be difficult
Well,
to
let me
work
say
with?
something, Shao.
Even if
More often than not, in those kind of situations, people that have signed up for you are probably strangers.
Well, I've heard that.
It is just
I've heard that before.
It is just.
I've heard that
I'm
before,
not.
but
I might not have a case study or something to put it, but more often than not, most times people that might stand up for you in that situation are not people that know you.
Sadly, if you're not defending a friend in a meeting,
situation like that,
it does lean on the
that
side
one is
of
witchcraft,
being,
too.
it leads to
So,
the
like,
side
that's
of
the
being
question.
Jealousy,
why
that's
should
jealousy.
this person get this role? And
So,
then
and
another
like the
be
question
considered?
now, it brings me to the question that what did that person do to be called your friend in the
No
first
matter
place?
what, like my point
When you
anyways
call the
in
person
this
a friend,
situation,
you
right?
might be calling somebody a friend, and the person is just an acquaintance. Someone said put people in their places.
No, she
there are
said
some people that are
they
colleagues.
always step up for her. They need
musketeers.
to be three.
Or they
You have
always
to
do.
move to-
Okay. So if the person always does, because of one person no longer a friend,
Because of what?
one
person is still a
opportunity.
No. They always step up for this particular person. So now the issue was, okay, this person seems to be a people pleaser. So some people were defending her, saying it's her nature. They shouldn't cut her off as a friend because she generally just likes to please people and not get confrontational. Do you understand?
So,
or whether she's like just
Full
a terrible
transparency, I've been called a people pleaser all my life. And I've survived. And in the end, the truth is, their friendship shouldn't really depend on one situation.
It's not
going
one
awry.
situation. She said it's always several.
Hopefully,
It always happens.
Yeah.
Hopefully,
They're not friends.
they'll be able to sort it out. But we'd love to hear what you have to say about this.
People have
Please
friends, I don't know.
Use-
Have different.
Use the hashtag Wakeupnigeria on TVC and let's hear what you think. We'd love to
I'm
hear
not
your
satisfied.
opinion on this topic.
No, I'm not.
How are you?
Drug
my
of friendship. Thank you so much for staying with us. Welcome into the Wake Up Nigeria kitchen. It's been a minute I've been here, and it actually feels good to be back. So I'm here with our chef today, and her name is T-Flo. Chef T-Flo, how you doing?
I'm fine.
All right, tell me, what are we making today?
I'm making ewa agoin.
Ewa agoin. So tell me, I have a story about agoin. It's not a pleasant one. And since then, I've been just like, leave agoin, leave me free alone. So tell me, what exactly do we need to bring agoin to life?
Ewa agoin is a street food, popular in Nigeria. Why the agoin sauce is from the Benin Republic. And
Oh, really? It's not, I thought it was from the western part of Nigeria. No,
the sauce is from the Togo.
it's from Togo. Interesting. Nigeria. Say you clean people's meals. Anyway, so tell me, what do we need exactly to bring
For
this
the
to
ewa
life?
agoin,
Yes.
I'll be cooking these honey beans,
Okay.
salt, onions, and water. That's all.
And water, that's
so for
all.
the sauce, I'll be using my chili, pepper, onions, garlic.
Garlic, okay. Okay, and of course we have plantains on the
Yes,
side.
that is-
So where is this pomo and dry fish? What's where?
It's just
where?
for me to garnish the ewa agoin.
Garnish the we're going. Yeah, it can't just be empty. All right, amazing. So in case you're just joining us, I think we had the ingredients on the screen for this amazing delicacy. But so tell me, what's the process? How do you start? What is the first thing we do in
The
this
first thing
situation?
I'm doing, I'm cooking my beans.
Boiling beans, yeah, because
After
beans
cooking
takes
it,
time,
match
Abby.
it.
After cooking it, you match it.
For the sauce, I'm starting with the palm oil.
Okay.
Reheat the palm oil. Blend my
The
pepper
dry pepper, yeah.
and my onions.
Okay, are we blending the pepper dry
Yeah.
like that?
No.
Okay, so.
Because I'm not blending dry because I'm adding onions and garlic to it.
Okay, but are we going to soak it in water is what I'm asking? Or are we just going to blend
You
like
just
that?
parboil it. You can soak
Okay,
it
you parboil it a
overnight
bit.
or you can just parboil it.
Parboil a little bit. So now after we do that, what's next?
After frying the palm oil, you add your onions and garlic.
Garlic, yeah.
So you add your...
Then you add your pepper and you just fry and that's
Fry.
it. So now this is the story. So I tried to make agoin one day and then I'm not even sure what happened. I just know that I was frying pepper for like 4 to 6 hours. No. They say it must be black now.
It depends on the pepper you are using. What kind of pepper?
It's the same dry pepper.
So what do you
This
have to
one
use?
atatashe now. This is it only this exactly? So this is
Attack Big Bear.
Attack Big Bear. Okay. What of the big? There was a big one. You're not using the big one.
No.
Really?
It's what I use.
Hey, maybe that's
So it's just
why.
what I add to this pepper is I added little garlic or ginger.
Okay.
So to give me that normal agoing.
Flavor, Abi. All right, amazing. Okay, you've heard it from Chef T-Flow. Let's get right into cooking. So we have water on the fire already.
Yeah.
So what goes into that pot? Beans?
Beans.
All right, now. So let's have our beans in there. Okay. Amazing. I'm actually looking forward to this one. I will learn it today. After I leave here, I'll go and try it.
No problem.
Then, of course, I'll give you the remark and let you know how that went. Hopefully, I'm lucky. Okay, in case you're just joining us, you're still watching Wake Up Nigeria, and we're right here in the kitchen with Chef T-Flow, and we're making ewa going with plantain on the side. And our ingredients for this particular recipe, we have beans, of course, and of course, we have our dried fish, we have our pomo, we have our atek bigbe.
Attack Big Bear.
Attack Big
Dry
Bear.
chili.
Dried chili. Of course, we have our salt, we have our onions, we have our garlic, and seasoning cubes. Right on the screen there, we have, the same ingredients I actually just called out. So now I'm guessing that the oil is for the plantain, right?
Yes.
The oil is for the plantain.
It's for the
okay.
plantain to fry
And that's
the
about it. All right. So now, are we ready? You want to wash the beans first?
Yeah.
Okay. Amazing. So in the meantime, we have TT and Mike standing by for newspapers reviews.
It's time for us to take a quick look at what's happening on the covers of the newspapers this morning. And Mike Mesikeno is right here with me. The Punch is where we're starting this morning. It says here, indefinite strike. OPS kicks as Labour vows to shut down airports, others on Tuesday. Federal government, Labour leaders meeting holds Tuesday. Tinubu to unveil workers' package October 1st. Man, others warn of massive economic losses and government foot dragging on workers' demands, say NLC. The top left here, Cardoso to clear dollar debts, suspend intervention loans, fuel, car, others imports gulp $46 billion annually, according to federal government. And in the photo story there, we have the Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Lagbaja, and other top Army officers during the opening of the Nigerian Army's seminar on aviation security awareness in the Army headquarters, Abuja, on Tuesday. At the bottom left there, Idel Malud, pray for Nigeria. Tinubu tells Muslims. INEC unveils Ondo Edo polls timetable. That's what we have on the cover of the Punch.
Which should we pick about? Okay, well, it's Eid al-Maulud today, of course, the birth of the Prophet, and we celebrate, we commemorate that with our Muslim brothers and all of that. And yes, for those who believe in prayer, there is a need to pray, but prayer would not take the place of work, what we are meant to do, or action, as it were. In this particular case scenario, economically, there's a lot. You see OPS kicks as Labour vows to shut down airports and others on Tuesday and all of that. There's quite a lot that's going around. The dollar is now over 1,000 now, So we need to get our act together. We need to put things in place. We need to start working. We need to get stuff done.
Thank you, Mike. We have the Nation newspaper here with us as well. How I Will Tackle Inflation, Naira Forex Crisis by Cardoso. CBN Governor, transparency, compliance to rules will be upheld. And there is a little rundown of the past CBN governors list there and a photo story. Just beneath the masthead, it says here, respond to allegations. Ondo Assembly tells Aye Datiwa. It says lawmakers reject court ruling. And at the top left says Obaseki asks Shaibu to drop governorship ambition. Tinubu okay's purchase of 12 attack helicopters. Army aviation gets a boost. And how Abiodun is driving FDI through OGFTZ. Top left, or rather top right there. Let's see what we have below. It says here, OPS Speaker, others oppose Labour strike call. NLC, TUC fix October 3rd for the indefinite strike. That's what we have on the cover of The Nation.
Yeah, so I would love to read more, and it's well, what page is this? Okay, starts from this page, continued on page 2. That's where the CBN governor is talking about how I will tackle inflation, Naira, Forex crisis, and there's a list there of CBN governors from 1958.
Yes.
And that's quite an interesting list. I was just taking note of some names there and how some of these governors will be remembered. Some remarkable names there. Hopefully this governor is one, because he has come in at quite a time that is, fueled by crisis and all of that, and hopefully he can do his own bit to get us back where we think we should be, where we should be.
I was actually looking at the story that talks about the purchase of 12 attack helicopters. Army Aviation gets a boost there. That's right at the top of the paper there. I was thinking about the fact that those helicopters have probably become key, especially since a lot of the equipment that we know the Army to have had has been around for quite a while. And the armed forces have been requesting for such apparatus like this for quite a while, and it's eventually happened. So we'll be looking out for that story as well. We have the Guardian newspaper here with us this morning. It says more factories, businesses may shut down as diesel hits 1,100 per litre. There is an infographic on the cover of the Guardian if you want to check it out. We have the Daily Trust newspaper with us this morning as well. It says here, Zamfara varsity abduction, survivors narrate ordeals in hands of bandits. My son, granddaughter over 50, abducted according to an eyewitness. Varsity not fenced, poorly policed, and then attack the third on institution, the same institution. Just below the masthead there, it says Leah Shaibu's dumps first husband, remarries on another ISWAP commander. Shatima says economy will pick up in 15 months. There's on Malud, Tinubu, Shatima, Atiku, Akpabio, Barrow preach tolerance. Labour to embark on indefinite strike October 3rd, and the circumstances surrounding Mohbad's death will be unveiled in due time, according to Naira Marley. And as with other papers, we have the comment on the Forex issue. The Forex crisis, transparent rules are my immediate priority, says Cardoso. I would have wanted to touch on Naira Marley's comments there. He came out onto his verified Instagram page, and it was quite a lengthy
Post, yeah.
Post, yes. But I think it was time for him to actually say something if he was going to say something. A lot has gone on over the past 3 weeks surrounding this entire issue. A lot of questions still yet to be answered.
Yeah.
But the fact that he says he's prepared to work with the...
Yeah, you see, of course, let's allow the law take its course, and you cannot proclaim someone guilty in the court of public opinion. Sure. But whether you can say you are prepared to, it does not matter whether you are prepared to or not. You will work with the forces, with the process and all of that. You'd work with the police, as it were. I think he's out of the country, according to what he said there. He's been summoned, and of course, the police can get to him whenever they want to. But the point is that investigation has started, and let's allow the investigative process take its course. That's just it.
Yeah. Now, there has been a lot of comments on the Forex crisis, and I wanted to actually say, you know, there are quite a few people who have come up with some innovations and different innovative ways to sort of curb their spending because of the fact that things have gotten to a particular stage now that you're just wondering whether as a business owner, you've actually made profit in the past month or not.
No, not.
Whether you have enough money to repurchase.
I've spoken about power and how if we can sort that one out, there's a lot we can sort out. Now there are risk of more companies even leaving the country because of power generation, you know, and all of that. That is one place where a lot of money is spent. And for being one of the world's biggest oil producers, for us to have issues and still be importing crude at some point in some kind of ways, as it were. In fact, where the refinery is supposed to start production in October, November, that's Dangote refinery. And I heard some things about importing some crude. And I was like, okay, it will take a while for they start using Nigerian crude, as it were. So it has always been the same thing. It's just a very simple formula. We need to offer value. We need to make this place, if we cannot go out and call for investors, and then we cannot create an enabling environment for their investments to be safe and work. Number one, power. Power has to be sorted out. I know it has improved in some ways individually, but it has to be a collective. We have to look at it that way. As a collective, power needs to improve.
If you have any comments or thoughts about what we've talked about on the headlines today, we would love to hear your thoughts on those as well. Please use the hashtag Wakeupnigeria on TVC and let us know. At this point, we're taking a quick break, but there's still so much more right here on Wake Up Nigeria.
Welcome back into the Wake Up Nigeria kitchen. I'm still here with Chef T-Flow, and we're making ewa agoin, right? Okay, Chef T, tell me, what's happening? I can see our plantains already on fire.
Yes.
How far have we gone? How's our beans looking? Okay, so we have our beans already in the pot. All right. So the oil, that's palm oil now.
Yes.
Yeah, and we have, so now what's the quantity of oil we actually need for this portion of blend?
Like this, you can use
like, should the oil be
enough
more?
oil.
Like, is it a lot of oil, right? So our going needs a lot of oil. Okay. So now tell me, what do we have exactly in this blend? What exactly is here?
This is the dried chili, onions, garlic, ginger, and that's all.
Okay. So dried chili, onions, garlic, ginger, and also that's after soaking the chili overnight.
Yes.
Okay, to get soft, and then blended. Is this fine or is it rough? It's a bit rough blend. All right, nice. And of course, we have our chopped onion right there, which is about going into the pots. And of course, we need to check on our plantain to make sure.
I need to fry the plantain.
Yeah. To make sure it doesn't get burnt. Yeah, it's looking like it's coming together nicely.
And the beans is already cooking.
It's already, yeah. The thing I like about honey beans is that it doesn't take time to cook.
It doesn't take time, yes.
So, yeah.
And it also has a sweetening taste.
Yeah, it has a sweet taste. You know, growing up beans, when you put beans on fire, you just go and sleep. You know, it's a further notice. But these days,
you still have beans like that.
You still have beans like that, have
Yeah.
you? Okay. But a lot of people don't use it. Anyways, I don't use it.
You can't use it this time around when the gas is expensive.
It's expensive, you understand? Everything's expensive. So we have to do the quickest
Even
method
some
out.
people they added potash to their beans.
Wow.
Some people added spoon to their beans so that it will, yes.
Interesting. Since we hear, you add spoon to beans so that it will cook faster.
So I even prefer using the firewood.
Firewood, right? So, I mean,
cook
that
your
is
beans.
understandable, yes, because it's faster. Yes, of
More
course.
faster.
So now our oil seems to be hot.
Yes.
So is it hot enough? Are we bleaching the oil?
No, not to bleaching.
No bleach, just
little.
allow it to be hot. Okay, now. So let's go in with our onion. But do we have
enough onions when you're frying your wagoin?
Yeah.
The wagoin is
You need enough oil.
enough oil, enough onions.
Okay.
So I'll leave it.
To fry as
Yes.
well. Do we have onions here though?
Yeah.
Yes, so we have onion here, we still fry onions. Okay, amazing. So now tell me, Chef T-Flow, what's it about cooking what was it about cooking that you love the most?
I love African dishes.
You like African dishes, okay. So do you have a restaurant? Do you run a restaurant?
Yes.
Okay, what was the name of your restaurant?
Beki Fasa.
Fasa, okay. And you
I
make
have a kitchen there.
You have a kitchen there?
I run as a vendor.
Okay, okay. Only African dishes or mixed?
All kind of.
All kinds of dishes,
And
all right.
also events. I also handle events.
Also events
The
as well.
birthday, wedding.
Birthday, weddings. All right,
I'm also a
amazing.
baker. So I
You
bake.
also- you are a jack of all trades. though.
Nigeria, that's what Nigeria...
That's what Nigeria requires.
They can't just stay on
one thing.
income.
Amazing. Like the energy.
Jack of all trades.
Jack of all trades. Amazing. All right. Now we have Mike standing by on the couch. Not sure what he's up to, but let's find out.
Okay, it's a relationship. And for the past 2 weeks now, we've had DG Sowimi. He's a certified practitioner in family systems engineering, a love and life experience architect. I like that, love and life experience. And we're discussing harmony in the chaos. It's great to have you, DG.
Same here. It's good to see you again.
But you've been here for 2 weeks before now. Just a very short recap. What have we been talking about for the past 2 weeks?
Last 2 weeks, okay, we first handled not being a liability in a relationship. You have to pull your weight. You don't have to bring damage to the next person. And we followed that up by finding your partner in the chaos that love and the temperate is now. You know how it is with marriages, and people are finding it difficult to find somebody that they can give their life to share with, to build with.
All right. Now, those clips are on social media, so you can go back and look at them if you need to. Now, today we're talking about harmony in chaos.
Yes.
How we know that whichever way we are living in the world, it's a chaotic world. So one way or the other, there will always be chaos. At different times, it might be predominant, it might be quite a lot, it might not happen as much as often, but everybody will have their own share of chaos.
For sure, we agree with that.
How do you create harmony in chaos?
Intentionality.
Intentionality.
Excuse me. Intentionality, thank you. Intentionality and planning. With knowledge, everything seems simple. But most of the time, there are things that we do that we don't know. Then there are some things that we don't know that we don't know. The mind kind of shuts it out. We don't think about it. So in this particular case today, we're talking about family management. That is the next part in this series. And there is a way to find harmony in there. You don't have to wake up and feel like we are going to go where life drives you. It's about, okay, we are together now. What is our life? What are the vitals? And how do we run it? Let's take, if for instance, we are married. Okay, we are married. What is going to be our life? There are going to be bills. The refuse must be taken out. The clothes must be washed. They must be ironed. The house must be swept. Food must be made. So many things to do in the home. How do we do it? We sit down, we have a plan.
And we have a plan. So I like what you said at one point, that you don't just wake up and allow, you stir the ship.
You stir the ship.
Stand up and, you pull it away. You don't just allow. But that's the thing. A lot of people go through life just, floating and wading and just allowing circumstances. How dangerous is that, not stirring the ship? How dangerous is it? Because at times, we can let people know how, if they don't do this, what are the dangers of just letting things, as they come?
It is extremely dangerous because it's not good for your own mind. If you don't go out of your house with a good frame of mind, there's a possibility that your day is terrible. It's like going to those older movies that we watch in Nollywood, and you go to the herbalist, and so then you come crestfallen, your life is 6s and 7s, points out of your head. It's a serious thing for you. But the man who can go through divination and find the root of your issue says, oh, don't worry, it's easy, just do this. And you're like, oh no, it's serious, it's more than that. He has the knowledge. So it is simple for him. You don't. That is it. Short and simple. So rather than kill your partner with work, with domestic slavery, so to speak, with lack of direction, if you know what to do, sit down and plan it, then we can share it within both of us.
How about the point where you have people that say that there are some specific rules and duties for a specific gender?
Okay.
Like you mentioned now, there are things that need to be done around the house, and the man is the kind of person that's look anything about the kitchen and everything about cleaning, I don't do it.
All right.
I do. You expect the wife to be a helpmate. You can expect her to maybe chip in with finances if the case, as the case may be. But then, how about men who cannot help when it comes to chores in the house?
All right. With that, what we do in family systems engineering is we try to understand the science. Because everything is a science, if you look deep enough. We try to understand the science and we try to put it into like a formula that can be attached all over the place to stem damage. So the thing is, what do we need to do in the house? This is the list. This is all our bills. This is all the functions, all the chores that we have to do in the house. how do we share it? How do we share it? It's because we have a saying, nothing must die in you for me to live, and vice versa. Okay. In your mind, you are valid. You are the best thing since toast bread. Same thing for me as well. So if you say you love me, love carries no pain, love carries no hurt, no domination, no oppression. So your actions and your words must align. So if we sit down and we go out at it together, we look at our time, what can we do, what can't we do, then whatever we can do, we do. Division of labor, whatever we can do, we outsource. Simple. What we plan it to do, we outsource.
Okay, now, but
we plan it together.
The issue now is it can be chaotic when it's hard to come to an agreement. Because now you're talking about outsourcing. Now I know people that they have the capability to outsource.
To outsource.
You must do it.
Because they don't have the right mindset, they don't have the right knowledge.
So in that kind of situation where they don't seem to agree on how to go about this case and all of that, and the rift starts happening. What do you advise?
It's the mindset. It's the mindset for me. If you have a headache, what do you do?
You go diagnosis and medication and all.
Yeah, you don't do self-medication, right? And you go to the exact professional.
Yeah.
You don't go to the veterinary doctor. You go to a medical doctor.
Exactly.
And if it's your child, you go to the pediatrics. Yeah. So you don't have the knowledge about marriage. You've not been married before. They will only go to your wedding ceremony. It will be big. After that, people just back off. Nobody tells you what to expect. So naturally, what do? You find somebody who is versed and a professional in the marital space, and you consult.
Well, situations can be very
knowledge.
At times they are not exactly in the same way, but I fully understand what you're saying. I mean, if somebody has traveled the road, they would have the experience to actually push it out there and how to travel the road. But if they can't, people talk about how third parties make. What are your thoughts on third parties in a case where both parties cannot come to a consensus? We just have to round up with this.
Okay, third parties always have an ulterior motive. That's what I want to tell you.
Whoa,
that is the truth.
Even if it's family,
even religious leaders, they have it. There's always an ulterior motive. So go neutral and go to somebody who is a professional.
I like that, neutral, so that the person doesn't have
any stake in that. Go neutral, go professional.
I like that.
It's always cheaper.
I like that. All right, thank you very much.
Thank you very much for your time.
For this one, right? So yeah, that's it. Managing, of course, harmony in chaos. So we'll take a time and I'll stay with us. The first half is done. We'll be back on the other side.
Hello and good morning, wonderful people. Hopefully you're feeling as charged up as we are this morning.
Yes, of course. It's a beautiful Wednesday morning still, and it is the second hour of your penultimate breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria.
That's right. We're here to help you take a break, relax after a very hectic start of the week. There's a break today in the comfort of your home since there's a holiday today.
Yes, of course.
And of course, we are celebrating with each and every of our Muslim brothers and sisters as they celebrate Eid al-Malik.
Yes, of course. Welcome back to Wake Up Nigeria. And I've been in the kitchen. A lot of fun things are happening right there with our chef. Chef, how are we doing?
I'm fine.
We have Chef T-Flow standing by there, making some nice ewa agoin. Very good for the holidays as well. We have plantain on the side. Yes, very strategic meal.
I'm actually feeling hungry. As soon as you said it, just took me back. But don't forget, you can also be part of the show. The goal is to, interact with you along the way. Use our hashtag #WakeUpNigeria on TVC if you have any comments or contributions across all our social media platforms. We're right there. And of course, you can stay tuned to us via our app. That's on Google Play and iOS.
Of course, so make sure you download it and make sure you keep your comments coming in at TVC Connect on all social media platforms. Twitter, X now, Instagram, TikTok, everything. Make sure you go on with us. We have so much still coming up on the show today, and we'll be starting off to commemorate the World Heart Day, which is on the 29th of September. We'll talk about nutrition and your heart with Anne Udo Umo. She is a clinical dietitian, content creator, and a public health nutritionist. She owns the Lagos Dietitian Consultancy, which provides very reliable information and services in this regard. So make sure you chill around for that one.
We have a musical performance coming your way. Boma Dokumbo is also coming up. But with the musical performance, we have Jaifa.
And of course, we have Boma Dokubo, who is the current Miss Grand Nigeria. She will be representing Nigeria internationally. She expresses her love for the arts through modeling and music. She also is a volunteer with the Project Red Africa, an NGO providing feminine health support and safety for the girl child and women all over the world. She is a stunner. Definitely can't wait to talk to her.
Yeah.
Is that AI?
No, it's not. That's a real person.
She's fine.
She is
Yeah, she's really beautiful.
Fine. Oh, you, so, yeah. You want to say something?
Yeah, I was
Okay,
going to stop you because,
Yeah.
you know, we have to take the weather.
Oh, okay. All right.
And the conversation Mike wants to start.
Yeah,
to say,
sure,
look.
definitely.
Well, it's Wednesday in the Wake Up Nigeria neighborhood. And on Wednesdays, we like to talk about matters of the heart. That's why we have relationships. But we're still talking about the heart today because it is World Heart Day on the 29th. And we'll be talking nutrition for your heart with Anne Udo Umo. She is a clinical dietitian, content creator, and public health nutritionist. She owns the Lagos Dietitian Consultancy and provides reliable nutrition education to the public on social media. It's great to have you back in the studio.
Hi, Titi. Thank you for having me once again.
Matters of the heart. They say heartbreak sometimes, you know, affects you, but there's a kind of heartbreak when they tell you that you cannot eat that pounded yam and palm oil soup. You know, there's that kind of heartbreak that you get when you know that you're not supposed to eat a particular type of food. Nutritionists sort of break a lot of people's hearts that way. I'm trying to get you to giggle,
Yeah.
but you understand where I'm going.
Yes, I do. I very much understand. But with the way dietetics is evolving, we do less of complete avoidance and more of limitations, restrictions of portions. And that is why these conversations are important, so that we're not misled. Because, I mean, you want to eat what you want to eat. Cravings are an essential part of every human being. And depriving yourself of these things makes you want to overindulge most of the time, and that's where the chaos happens.
Yeah.
So we're saying restrictions, limitations, not complete avoidance.
Okay, all right then.
Yeah.
So you're not serving anybody breakfast, so to speak,
Technically
on
not.
some breakfast options that they like. Okay, a lot of cliches coming in here. Let me stop now. World Heart Day.
Yes,
What's the theme for this year?
Okay, so the theme, as generic as it is always the same thing, talking about what foods to continuously eat to improve your heart health. Like, you know, there's several types of heart diseases, whether you're talking about congenital heart diseases, which are the ones that people are normally born with, or heart failure, or heart attacks, which are more popular with the older generation. And we're seeing a trend in younger people just slumming at work at different points in time. So what we're focused on is what exactly are you eating to improve the quality of your heart function, because it is a very vital organ.
Okay.
If your heart stops working, your body is shut down, basically. So you need it to pump blood, you need it to carry oxygen from point to point, you need it to carry hormones. So it has multiple functions and it cannot afford not to work. So it's very important that you're particular about the things you're eating to improve the function.
Okay, so now an average Nigerian household
Yes, please.
has certain items in their cupboards. They have vegetable oil, they have rice,
Yes.
they have certain amounts of protein.
That's right.
Right? Not as many vegetables as we would like.
Tricky.
Yeah, but let's see if we can go over maybe a short list of things that are specifically really good for the heart that I can go and get at the supermarket.
All right. So like you already emphasized, in a Nigerian household, and we're going to be as practical as possible. So let's start off with the vegetables you mentioned. Green leafy vegetables over time have been known to lower cholesterol, help with maintaining your blood pressure. So whether it's ugu, that's pumpkin leaf, or efo, whether it's tete, shoko, there's water leaf, there's bitter leaf, there's so...
Ewedu.
Exactly. There's so many options.
Okay.
So they're readily available. They're easily accessible. You can just go to the market and pick. Also, it's important to note that when you're cooking vegetables, it's important not to overcook them so that they do not lose the essential nutrients contained in them. The whole washing process, I see some people washing the vegetables like,
Well, they have to wash bitter leaf now.
yes, we do, but you need to be careful in the process of washing because there are things called water-soluble vitamins. So if you wash too much, those vitamins leach into the water that you pour out after washing. So it's...
Okay, so I've also heard that if you use hot water to wash some vegetables, it kills some of the nutrients.
Some of those vegetables. So that's why we say blanch as opposed to boiling or thorough washing, and let your vegetables still have some level of crunch whilst you're cooking. So that's for green leafy vegetables. Let's move to avocados. I know they fluctuate, they're in and out of season, but they are a great source of potassium. They help in inflammation. They can also boost your blood levels, like combating anemia, because that's also very synonymous with some people who have heart issues. Apart from that, there's fish. So whether it's fatty fish or fish oil, these contain omega-3, which is very popular. I mean, you hear some people say they're taking omega-3 supplements, but you can readily get these from our local fishes in the market, whether it's shawa, ejakika, and all of those. You have omega-3 fatty acid present in those fish.
I was going to ask about ejakika and the process of how it's cooked. It's smoked in large vats and baskets, open air.
Yes.
The smoking process, I've heard that it affects, you know, the nutrition of the food. Is this just a myth?
There's some science behind that, and that's why I would say if you can do the processing on your own, because there are a lot of factors to look at it. Or you see some of them roast in large tins or large cans, drums, metal drums, So that can also compromise the nutritional quality of the food in question. So if you can, with the advent of dehydrators and air fryers that are coming up in every Nigerian home, you can afford to do your smoking and drying by yourself so that you're totally responsible for the processing of your food.
All right. So, fantastic. So we have fish, we have green leafy vegetables, avocados.
We have ofada rice.
Really?
Yes. Eating whole grains in general are generally good for putting down your blood pressure, which is an indicator.
Whole grains?
Whole grains, in this case, will refer to rice like ofada rice. Like brown rice in general, but I don't want to be overly bougie and say brown rice. So let's do ofada. If you have access to brown rice, that's also fine. But I'm also looking at cost effectiveness as well, and accessibility, and also palatability.
So white rice is not whole?
Yes, because it has been refined.
But
when you're cooking the ofada rice, I'm not saying that you should go and eat it with that stew, that the oil is on top. It's supposed to be eaten with vegetables. So that way you're balancing out, because you might, if you're taking that quantity of oil, I'm sure you've seen those
floats.
Oh my God. With the many offals that are inside, we need to be careful. So yes, ofada rice and green leafy vegetables. Dark chocolate, surprisingly, is also an option. It contains anti-flavonoids and antioxidants, but it needs to be eaten in proportion. Please don't overdose and eat a whole jar of chocolates in the name of trying to improve your heart health. Just little portions at different points in time.
All right.
Yes, please.
So hopefully someone has learned a thing or two this morning. If you are trying to improve on your heart health, or make sure your family is heart healthy, why not add a few of these ingredients to your shopping list this week? Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
To talk to us again.
All right.
It's been a great month.
Very.
All right, then. Let's take a quick break and be back with more. It's still Wake Up Nigeria. All right. Now, up next, we have the amazing Boma Dokubo. She is the current Miss Grand Nigeria 2023, and she expresses her love for the arts through modeling and music. It's great to have you in the building.
I'm so excited to be here. Good morning.
Oh, isn't she darling?
She's gorgeous. I mean, with every post, with every video, definitely seeing in person is like,
Thank you.
Yeah, we understand why that crown is right there on your head right now. But how does it feel to be wearing it? You've been wearing it for what, a month now?
Yes, a month. I was officially crowned on the 1st of September. So it's been It's been a long month, very exciting, very overwhelming, quite overwhelming. This has been fun.
Okay, now, I mean, it's one thing to be crowned, but then again, it's one thing to be crowned Miss Grand Nigeria, because Miss Grand is actually one of the big 6 pageants globally. And with Dami as a predecessor, I mean, you have large shoes to fill. So how does that make you feel?
Luckily for me, we're close, so I've gotten to speak to her about, I mean, it's grand. Grand is grand, so there are definitely a lot of expectations, and just having a good support system has been able to really help me and prepare me. But it's been fun. Definitely a large shoe to fill, but she's been very supportive. So.
So you're going to represent Nigeria at an international contest.
Yes.
Where is the contest holding this?
Vietnam.
Vietnam.
Exactly.
Goodness me, that's
Yes, she actually leaves in a few days.
beautiful
Yeah,
place.
it is.
So what are you looking forward to the most over there?
Okay, so Asia is a stunning continent, so I am definitely excited to see all the. So we're traveling a lot, which is going to be exciting. I think 6 states, so a lot of tourist attractions, just beautiful places. I cannot wait to try their food as well, so I'm looking forward to that. But then there are like over 70 of us, so different girls, different backgrounds. I'm definitely looking forward to connecting, networking, just having a good time. I mean, it's a contest, but I definitely want to make the best of it and just enjoy myself.
It sounds like so much fun. I wish I could go. I want to go to Vietnam.
You can go. You can go. Don't you have space in your luggage? Okay, now you're going for this international competition. I know. I mean, we've heard about the grand competitions. Usually a very stiff one. With Dami last year. I mean, she didn't place, we saw her performance and all of that happened around her. However, she still didn't place. That's why the buzz and all of that. So now, does that make you apprehensive anyway, thinking of the fact that, yeah, you might have everything it takes, but still you may not place?
So to be honest, every time I think of a contest, there's this thing I say. I mean, the fact that I'm even here already, I'm actually a winner, and that makes me very excited. Just the fact that, and it keeps me grounded. I am a hard worker as well, so I'm doing and trying to check all the boxes and doing my best with the trainings, catwalks, my interviews and everything.
Yeah.
And to be honest, I'm just going to go there and do my absolute best. I don't know that I want to worry about, definitely I want to win, but I'm making sure that I do my part and I'll just leave the rest to God, really.
Representing the largest Black African country is a huge deal as well.
Yes.
But what is it you're hoping that you can showcase to the world about your country?
Nigeria is such a beautiful place, and I mean, so far already there has been a lot of buzz. I mean, getting to share my experiences, there was an advice I received from one of the queens, and she's like, you know, you're Nigerian, you have faced a lot, you can face anything. You're going to go out there and meet women and girls who probably have it easier, but you're from Nigeria, so you have to show that you're tough. So I definitely want to show that we're Nigerians, we're tough, we're not having a lot of things easy, and just show that I'm Nigerian, we're the giant of Africa. Just prove a point to myself, prove a point, and make Nigerians proud, really.
Amazing. Okay, so now speaking about one of those experiences and all of that, I know advocacy is a big part of pageantry, and of course, locally and internationally. So what would you say your advocacy is and why?
Okay, so in 2020, I had a life-altering experience. I was abused, and it changed my entire life because it created in me an unwavering passion to help girls and women who have been, we hear of victims every day, and until you're in that shoe, you never really understand. It took 2 years, a whole 2 years to even get back on my feet. So that was a long time of recovery. And I mentioned earlier that I believe I'm a winner. That is born from the fact that Boma began again. She stood up. And I want to be able to share my story and give hope to people who have been in situations like I was in, and just give them hope. I stand for the fact that everyone can begin again, no matter who you are, no matter how far you might have gone. The fact that I'm even here already is such an evidence that it's not impossible. So I definitely want to help women and girls, especially who have been victims of abuse, because I don't know, people think we talk about abuse a lot, but it's not a conversation that's had enough, especially in the kind of way that I was abused with drugs. So I want to be able to help victims like myself get back on their feet, rehabilitation, reformation, provide help, show them the way, speak about transforming their minds, because that was the first step for me, just getting back to realizing that it's never too late for me.
Yeah, amazing. So I have this question for you, right? So you actually did enter for the Miss Universe Nigeria competition, right? And then you were selected as one of the 37 contestants, but then again, you dropped out. What exactly happened? Explain the dynamics of that. A lot of people have these questions.
Okay, so even during Universe, I already had my eye on grand, to be honest. And I've heard people say in the past, so you know you mentioned about like photos and pictures, and I've had people say, Boba, you're so grand, you're so grand. I mean, like coming into the pageant industry, I had to start learning. I mean, Universe girls walk differently. They are just different from World to Universe and grand. And to be honest, I weighed my options. I realized that this is probably a better fit for me. And I don't know that you know this, but with grand as well, their major focus is stopping violence, different kinds of violence. And so when I just honestly weighed my options, I felt like I had a better chance here. And I felt like it even fit me a little bit more. I don't know if that makes any sense, but I feel more grand,
so
to be honest.
It feels like the pageant sort of aligned with your values.
Exactly.
At that point in time.
Exactly.
Now, speaking of photo shoots, the poses, the outfits, the glam, the beauty of it all, is that the real Boma? Or is Boma a t-shirt and jeans kind of girl? Or do you love the ball gowns and the lovely dresses? Who's that?
So I'm a very girly girl. I don't know that I've ever called myself a tomboy, to be honest. I've always loved fashion and makeup. My mom is very conservative, so I never really got the opportunity to start experimenting with fashion and makeup very early. She's like, clean that lip gloss from your face and all of that. And so when I got to start experimenting with makeup, it was just love, absolute love. And I've really just been that way ever since. Glam, glam, glam. I'm such a girly girl.
That's amazing. Okay, so recently, right, on social media, there's this clip of you singing. So now, tell us about your artistic side. You sing?
Yes.
Okay,
I
professionally?
do. I mean, I have a few things out. So, yeah.
Okay.
I've been in the choir since I was 10. So church girl, singing for most of my life. I play the guitar, I play the keyboard. And it's my safe space. Music is just a way to really just relax, express myself. I've been opportunity to have a couple of songs out. It wasn't really something I thought I wanted to do professionally, but it's definitely something I love.
But if they ask you for your talents in the pageant now, you're probably going to bring out a guitar.
Oh, definitely.
Amazing. We definitely would love to have you here singing on our sets when you get back from here now. Amazing.
And hopefully you come back with the crown.
Yes,
Amen.
Don't come, we will not let you into Nigeria.
I don't think we have a problem. I think we have the ideal candidate. And she's going to represent us well. I can't wait. Let's head over to the kitchen because you and the chef have been having fun.
Yeah, of course. We have Ewa going. I hope you're hungry as well.
So we have some Ewa going that went to Oxford and Cambridge right here in the kitchen. This looks good.
And of course, Chef T-Flo has been hard at work putting this together. Now, she gave us different options. She gave us the plantain option. She gave us the bread option, depending on you.
I get bread.
I apologize. I apologize. The agege bread option. All
It's
right.
the way that Pomo is rapping that is, it's a discovery.
It's a discovery.
Wow.
Yeah, so we have some promo there. We have some dried fish on there as well. And Boma, we'd like for you to try it. Are you on a diet, first of all?
No.
Boma, you're going to Vietnam in a few days. You're on a diet too.
Compulsory diet.
I beg, please.
We'd like for you to try it out and let us know exactly what you think.
First of all, this looks, I'm almost scared of spoiling the aesthetics. It looks so pretty.
Oh.
But yeah, I think I want to try the pomo.
The Pomo?
Yes.
Mike, somebody after your heart.
Yeah, that Pomo is
It's Pomoing.
Oh,
Wow, woo. Oh, we have to scatter it too.
even the rap, the thing is just the Pomo just rapping.
Yes. It has to enter.
Divine.
All right.
Nice.
She was straight for the Pomo. Well, we're going to give her a chance to chew on that.
Yeah.
While, of course, you have the opportunity to be back with us tomorrow morning, 7 a.m., y'all.
Yep. Happy Eid al-Maulud to all our Muslim brethren out there.
Yes, sir.
We will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Have a good day.